alive. First whiskey, then sticky, and all the rest can wait. Or sticky while whiskey and whiskey while sticky. It's your boy Icon with another TV review for you going over that warrior. And in the last episode, the head of the Tongs were arrested. Both Mai Ling and Young Jun. Well, they were arrested, but they ended up in two different places because for some reason I can't explain. When Mai Ling got arrested, they threw her ass in prison. And they didn't decide what to do with her yet. I don't even know if she was waiting for trial, whatever, but she was just in prison. They took Young Jun's ass and threw him on a boat back to back to China. It's like they didn't even put him in prison. He didn't get a trial or nothing. They were just like, yeah, tomorrow morning we're putting your ass back on the boat. Why were there two different situations for two different people? I have no idea. Mai Ling got hosed down because, I don't know, they was throwing powder on her, maybe soap powder, then spraying her with a hose because they thought she was a Chinese whore. I don't know. Maybe they're keeping the women for their own personal pleasure and they're getting rid of the dudes. It was, that I can't explain it, but say la vie. So anyway, Mai Ling, of course, she has her ace in the hole. She has the mayor, I guess you could say on the payroll and vice versa. So her boyfriend, he goes down and he's just like, get Mai Ling out of prison. And he showcases the photo that has the mayor working for the enemy during the war. Now, after Buckley got him some, he ended up going down to the prison and he spoke to Mai Ling and he was just like, oh, maybe I should just send you back to China. And then she was just like, no, because I can be a powerful asset for you. And there's going to be a war, if me and because she didn't know Young Jun had got arrested. He told her. And then when he found out, she was like, if Young Jun is arrested, if I'm arrested, there's going to be war and I can stop it and I can help your campaign and everything. So then he was just like, oh, against my better judgment, he was like, I'll let your whore ass out of prison. So he lets her out of prison. She goes home. She talking to, what's her, I gotta remember her boyfriend's name. Juan. I remember everyone's name except him. I think it's Juan. I think we're just gonna call him Juan for a minute. So she was talking to her boyfriend Juan, and then he was just like, I cannot protect you if you don't tell me what's going on. And then the elders, they was gonna let that bitch ride. Because he was talking to the elders earlier on, and then he was just like, oh, Mai Ling is in prison. We must do something. They was like, man, fuck that bitch. And then they was like, the Tong she gave, because they were upset because the money that she used to invest, that was Tong money. Like, it wasn't like her personal money, it was Tong money. So because she not only blew their funds but also got arrested, they was just like, nah. What I'm saying? It's like, you'll send her to prison. So then, but like I said, but homeboy, he used his resources, and then he ended up getting, the mayor came, and then they spoke to Mai Ling, and then they got Mai Ling out of prison. So now Mai Ling's out of prison. Assam is trying to figure out how to get Young Jun out of prison. He don't know what to do. The cops are still walking around, like the federal agent. The Secret Service is going around talking to people, trying to find out about the counterfeit money. They go down to the printer's house along with the printer's daughter. They beat his ass, and they're just like, what do you know about these counterfeit bills? And then it is so weird because the printer's daughter, it's like we hear her talking like American, like talking like regular English to Assam all the time in the show. But then it's like, but now that they're talking to like, the pigs, they're talking to the American cops, they have to portray what they sound like to Americans. So to see her actually do that, it's like weird. She's just like, no, father knows, no. She's like, no, father, no criminal. He's sick. We know nothing about. It's like to hear her talking like that. It's funny because I'm just like, you were like, we know you don't really talk like that. But anyway, so then she tells us, she's like, father know nothing. She's like, we know nothing. We just we print paper and like not money. And then Richard, he's just like, okay, sorry for your trouble, ma'am. And then he leaves. So then she goes and talks to Assam now, and then now like she done went from we print no money here. She goes to Assam. She's like, yo, these sons of bitches came to our house and they roughed up my daddy. And what you gonna do about it? And then Assam was just like, he's like, I'm working on something. And then he said, don't worry, I'll protect you. And then she's like, you can't promise that. And then she got mad. She walked away. So yeah, so now that Hassan finds out that Mai Ling got out of prison, he's talking to Chow now. And then while he's talking to Chow, he's like, oh, maybe we kill two birds, one stone. Because Chow's trying to get the, like the federal agents like off everybody's back because they're tearing through Chinatown. So Chow goes to the black people. And he's just like, oh, we apologize for counterfeit money. He was like, yo, here's fresh money. And then we helped set up police officer to get police off your back. And then he was like, yo, why would I kill the police? And then he's just like, don't you want him dead for dating your sister? And then he was just like, yeah, but because he's like, yo, but because he's a wanted criminal, he's like, I actually don't have to kill him. I can just turn his ass in and get the $500. So now him and Chow got some conversation. Assam goes and talks to Mai Ling. And then he's just like, okay, so your Tong wasn't getting investigated by the police. You got arrested. arrested, you end up getting out of prison. Clearly you have some powerful allies, you've made powerful friends, and you have pull or sway somewhere in the American government. And then she's just like, why are you telling me things I already know? And he's like, because I need your help to get young June out of prison. And then Mai Ling immediately started laughing because she was like, why would I do that? And then, he was just like, first he tried to give her some counterfeit money, and she was just like, oh, I'm not buying it. She was just like, you know what? I'll do it for half of everything that the Hopway, has at their disposal, including the fake printed money. And she's like, I'll even make a secure space for you where you guys can print your money and everything, and then we'll go 50-50. And the crazy thing is, Hassam can't promise it because she was just like, I'll let young June out of prison if the Hopway and the Long Z go 50-50 and become partners. Hassam can't promise that. Like, he's not the leader. He can't, like, young June can easily be like, bitch, he's not in charge. He couldn't make you that promise, but he will have to owe her something for getting her out of jail. So I don't know if young June's going to go for it or not. But basically, Assam agreed. He agreed to her terms, and then she used her pull to get young June out of prison. While young June was in prison, he got run up on by some people that were at the mercy of the Hopway. He was just like, or the Long Z, the Hopway, I forget which is which. But he was just like, like your tongue beat up my dad and, like terrorized us. And, he was just like, I didn't know anything about it. But they ended up beating young June's ass to get revenge for what he did as a member of the Hopway when they were on the streets in Chinatown. But then after, the cops showed up and everything, but then after young June woke up from getting his brains beat in, he saw his Father June, which was a nice surprise because I thought he was dreaming. Well, like when Father June first showed up, I said, okay, now he's hallucinating. This is going to be funny. But it was actually Father June. Father June said that, when he left Chinatown, he tried to make his way to New York, but he got wrapped up in some stuff, and then, he was helping some people, and then they all got beat up, and then they got sent to this camp where now they're going to get deported. And he was just like, I thought there was something for me, but he was like, there's nothing for us outside of San Francisco and Chinatown. But he never made it to New York. So I'm like, bro, if you made it to New York, you probably would have thought differently. But then he was like, I'm not going back to China. He said, unless it's in a box, so he said that when they put us on the boat, we will kill everybody and try to make our escape. So now him and his son, they're going to make an escape, and because they're not getting deported. Because even young June in the beginning of the episode, he was like, oh, me not China. He's like, me not China, man, me American, me born in San Francisco. And it's just like, you don't get your chink ass on the boat, like on the boat or whatever. Neither one of them are thrilled about going back to China, and they're going to go out swinging and try to kill every single person they can. Right before they put the two of them on the boat, and right before the two of them started killing, security guards and cops left and right, that's when Mai Ling's messenger showed up with the proper government papers saying that young June can be released and sent back to Chinatown. But then he was just like, no, my father come too. And then the guy was like, look, that's not the deal. The deal was for you to get out. And he was like, we make new deal. And I don't know what young June promised him. Don't overlook that on the show. When he told him we make new deal, whatever that new deal was, never got mentioned and never got spoken about in the episode. And I'm talking to the viewers, I'm talking to everybody that's watching this review, all the fans of Warrior. Do not overlook the conversation of him saying new deal and then nothing happened after that, because he probably struck a deal with that dude for something. So something's going to come out of that later. That's my prediction. So then young June comes home. As soon as he comes home, it's time to get a little sticky, icky. Father June comes back. They greet Father June. Now Father June is back home. Hassam and young June then get into a war of words because he's like, I can't believe you made a deal with Mai Ling, who's also your sister. And then Hassam was like, I didn't have a fucking choice because your dumbass wanted to piss off the police and got thrown in prison. And he said you were going to get shipped out in 2 days. This was the only move that I could make. So now, and he was like, first of all, he said, you were so paranoid about me taking over the Long Z and, or the Hopway. And he's like, you're so concerned with me taking over the Tong, sitting in your throne and sitting in your seat. He said, I could have left your ass there to die. He said, I could have let them deport you and I could have taken over the Tong and nobody would have been the wiser. But he's like, I did what I had to do to get your ass out of prison because I actually give a shit. Because he's like, what's happening right now was your fault. So now he knows. So in the next episode, I'm assuming like young June is going to go to Mai Ling and he's going to bend the knee, do the JOB. He's going to kiss the ring or whatever. And then they're going to do whatever it is they're going to do. So then he walks away and then I guess they went to go get Sticky. Because nobody knows what happened after that. So that was it for the two. Because those were the two main storylines about like Mai Ling. Like it was basically about young June and Mai Ling. And the whole thing with Azam was kind of like stuck in the middle. Miss Davenport showed up to the brothel and then she spoke to Atoy. Atoy was like, it's better you no come here no more because you bring pain to me and you bring pain to girls. So Davenport, she out because she even tried to get Atoy. She was just like, oh, I found more land. And then she was like, no. She's like, me no fool. Me not fall for same thing twice. And she's like, white man come to kill us all and it's best you go. So now they had a nice little quick thing. And then Otoy went to Lai, and then Lai was practicing her swordsmanship. But she was just like, no, she's like, no, you're not ready. She's like, you're not ready. She's like, I'm not ready. But trust me, when we're both emotionally and physically and mentally ready, them sons of bitches is gonna burn. So whoever homeboy that took the land and burned their crowd, like he ain't gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. And I'm actually looking forward to that scene when they go and like they chop his head off. And who knows, like after they kill him, Miss Davenport might actually get her land back. So so then after that, Big Bill ended up getting his wife back because there was a moment where like the new police chief, he was roughing up the people of Chinatown, and then Bill finally had enough and he was like, this is not what police work is all about. It's not what I stand for. And then he was just like, look, Bill, he's like, I've been patient with your ass, but if you got a problem with how we do things, then maybe the badge isn't for you. And he's like, well, maybe it's not. And then he took the badge off and he's like, I bloody quit. Then like he walked away. He ended up going back to his wife. He told his wife that he quit the force, and then she was like, did you quit or you get fired? And he was just like, that's debatable. So then because he's no longer a cop, she kissed him and then she took him back. So now Bill has his family back again. That won't last. Like it's interesting. I don't know how long Bill not being a cop is going to last. Something is going to happen where Bill's going to end. Maybe the new police chief, he's going to die, and then whoever the mayor is at the time is going to appoint Bill the new police chief. And then his wife was like, Bill, if you go back to the police force, she's like, I'm leaving with the children. And then, he's not going to keep his family. Like, his family going to be gone. Like, his wife is going to pack up and dip before the season's over because if you don't put Bill on the force, what the hell else is he doing? Leary wasn't in the episode either, so Lord knows what Leary doing. And then finally, in the last scene was the setup where Chow basically like he brings Richard in, to have a conversation with him because he's like, I have some information about the counterfeiters. And then when he brought Richard in, the black people showed up, and I didn't realize this before. The black dude that they've been dealing with the whole time, I didn't realize that was the same dude who's also the black girl's like brother-in-law. So small world. So anyway, so then they bring Richard in, and then Richard's like, you set me up. So now the black guy, he got his hands on Richard. I think they killed the Secret Service guy, like the head of the Secret Service. They snuffed him in the alley. So I don't know if they killed him or if they just beat his ass, whatever. They ran up on Richard, and then like they got Richard down. I don't know if they're going to turn Richard in and get the reward money, like because now that they killed the Secret Service guy, nobody knows about Richard's situation because he was the only person who could protect Richard in his situation. Who knows? Maybe Bill saves him from whatever it is he's doing. But the black people got Richard now, and they're either going to turn him in for the reward money or they're going to kill his ass. But then after that, the black dude was just like, you know what, Chow? He was just like, how everything went down with the fake money. He said, that doesn't sit well with me. And then Chow was like, yes, that's why I paid you extra real money to make up for it. He's just like, that don't work for me, dog. And then they knocked Chow out. So now they got Richard and Chow. Lord knows what they're gonna do with both of them. I don't see the point of why you would take them hostage, but whatever. We'll see what happens in the next episode. And thank you for tuning in. So this is interesting because again, Bill's gone. Lord knows what Leary's doing. Richard and Chow are now both captured, and the Hopway and the Long Z are now going to join forces, and Father June is back in the mix. I have no idea what's happening, but I love it, and I'm definitely here for it. Lai gonna kill everybody, and it's only a matter of time. So share your questions, comments, and or concerns down below, and we'll continue to talk about it. Tell me your theories about Warrior, this particular episode of Warrior. Let me know your theories about what you think is going to happen with all these different characters, with all these different storylines. Put it in the comment section, and we'll continue to go back and forth about all this Warrior goodness. Check out my other reviews on my channel because I got Marvel's Secret Invasion, which is coming to an end. We got 2 episodes left for Marvel's Secret Invasion, and then I got my adventures with Superman on the channel as we wait for Harley Quinn, which starts at the end of the month. So that was it, guys, for this particular episode of Warrior. We'll see you guys next week for another review. Get sticky in the meantime. We're out this. Yeah.